Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Game Pass Grab Bag, your weekly podcast reviewing games from the Game Pass collection, bringing you three unique perspectives of range skill range. I am the master of this dojo, Andrew. With me, the one we purposely mistrained as a joke, Keith.
Hello.
And from visiting from a neighboring dojo, our returning guest, Javier from Nerd Talk Plus podcast. Welcome, Javier.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
See,
In the dojo.
I made sure this time around I was nice and slow and loud with this intro so my brother can stop roasting me. I've had some people even say too that I speak too fast at the beginning, which I know I do.
You're so excited.
I know I am. And after been doing this for like so many years, you just gotta like word vomit the intro out, and I kind of forget. You know, I should probably take my time so people can actually hear me. But anywho, this week we played Sifu. I knew I was going to do this. All week, my brother kept calling it seafood, and I was like, "No."
You're playing some seafood, huh?
I was like, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I always hate when that happens. When like, you know, in your head, you're like, "It's not this. It's not this," and then when you actually say it, okay. But anyway, we played Sifu by Slow Clap Studios. Sifu is a beat 'em up game, third person beat 'em up game. I actually would describe this game as a roguelite beat 'em up. We are playing a young student who witnessed their father being murdered, and you get a hold of a talisman that essentially kind of grants you immortality at the cost of years of your life for every time you die. So you are trying to go and get revenge on your father by taking out the people who ended up killing him. We're going around. Keith, I wanted to start with you because
you're trying to sell me. Oh, it's a roguelike, no.
You wouldn't say this is a roguelite?
There's nothing procedurally generated about it, so
that's why I say roguelite, because it's not a roguelike. It's not procedurally generated, but it has a lot of elements.
I feel like even light still needs procedurally generated to really fall under roguelike. But no, gosh, no. This was a pass for me. Yeah. No, but really, this is just a pass for me. The only thing that really kept me going in playing this too much at all was, one, I was trying to play through, you know, for the podcast, obviously trying to do the right thing and all of that. But I was anger playing it. I was just like, no, I'm gonna beat this. I'm not gonna let the stupid level beat. I'm not gonna let. And I just and it just made me angry. And then I would just get to a point like, nope. Now I'm just done. And so I didn't appreciate my time. So this is a pass for me.
What about you, Javier?
This would be a game for me. I actually don't have much time on it on the Xbox, but I played it back when it originally came out for PS5. So I bought it twice. So
see, I knew you had good taste, Javier. I am on the fence of either saying this is a definite game or just a game. I loved Sifu. I thought this game is a lot of fun. So whenever there's a game that's a beat 'em up, I enjoy them, but I find them tedious. But this one was it was cool. I love the choreography of it. You're just doing a bunch of kung fu moves. It oozes style. Love the music. I like the story. I love this game. I was having a ton of fun. I agree with you, Keith. It is very hard. This is a game that's kind of like a little easy to pick up, but incredibly hard to master. But if you master it, you're very good at this game. I was having a ton of fun with this.
I think the world record on it's 22 minutes.
That's crazy.
To beat the whole game with no deaths.
It's insane.
I mean, if you got things unlocked and you're able, is that no things unlocked or?
Because things unlocked.
Okay, I was gonna say because some levels you can if you got things unlocked, you can kind of go straight to the boss.
Yeah,
which makes things nice and easy. But so the story, Sifu, as I said, you're playing a young student who, your family's dojo gets attacked, your father gets murdered in front of your eyes, and so you, once you get older, decide to take revenge and go after the gang members who went after your father, equipped with this talisman that makes you immortal. But every time you die, you get years added to your life, and eventually you get older and older, and if you get too old, it ends your run. But this story is very minimal, but it's all about collecting clues and reading the environment, and I was really liking this story. It's your kind of typical revenge story, but like as I was learning about the other gang members and like why, like their motivations and what was going on, I really like this. I thought the clues were, there's not a lot of them. Like each level has like 15 or so. So it's not like you're collecting so many clues and you have to scour everything. Everything was kind of easy to find. But like once you're picking and piecing things together, you have a whole big old like detective board that you go back to at your main hideout and you can kind of look at things. I was digging the story.
Yeah. And something that's cool about the collectibles is they like interlock, so you'll find something in one level that connects to a different level.
Yeah.
Like I believe like there's like several key cards you can find that open shortcuts in earlier levels. Or take you
Yeah,
to
I didn't figure that out till
area.
later. And once I did, I was like, this is sweet. That clicked with me when I saw that.
Well, I mean, I will say that maybe I was playing the game wrong because I was like trying to basically run it perfect because it was just driving me insane because I would, in some cases, like on the second level in particular, I was dying at that first little mini boss, the long, tall lady with
The dance floor girl?
Yeah. Yeah.
She was very easy.
I understand this. I totally understand this. And this is one of my frustrations. This like I think from a gameplay perspective, and I'm kind of jumping ahead. It's just it's more Souls-like to me than it is roguelike. And I know that it still more falls under beat 'em up, but we'll talk more about that when we get to gameplay.
Man, if you were struggling with her, the third boss, I will say, was irritating me. She was starting to make me get a little angry with this game. The artist, I can't remember what her name is.
The museum curator lady.
Yeah. Oh man, her fight was frustrating me. But this is what I love. Like what Javier said is like you're kind of unlocking, you're finding keys and stuff in other people's worlds. So it's kind of hard to explain. So there's like 5 stages. You know, you have a main hub hideout where, you know, you can upgrade your skills, you can see a board, you can do some training. And each one is like, this is all supposed to, I think, technically take place in one day. Because every time you're going to a different area, there's a clock and a candle that's slowly like burning down its wick. And so you got to go to these areas and then you're finding other clues and getting a key to the previous area. So if you end up dying a lot and aging yourself too much, you go back there and you can kind of do a better run. That's what I loved about like just the story itself had style. Like it's really cool how this is just kind of one day, but also not because your character's aging if you suck at this game and die a lot. So it's a really nice, interesting kind of play with it.
It's kind of like a kung fu version of Live, Die, Repeat with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that's a good example.
It's like you keep the knowledge from your previous run if you buy it enough.
Yeah, and well, that's another thing that's kind of crazy about this game. Its tutorial is crazy minimal. Like, right at the beginning, it was just like, yeah, this is how you punch somebody. This is how you block. This is how you kind of dodge. But like, this game is very much trial by fire. It's kind of, I guess, how Kung Fu is kind of done of, you know, like muscle memory, keep doing things over and over, learn moves, get better at it, and just get better at this game. And like, it took me a while to figure out when I was unlocking skills during that run, you keep those skills. But if you die too much, like if you age out and you have to reset, it resets those skills. But if you unlock them enough, eventually your character permanently remembers that skill. So it's kind of this, this is why Keith, I'm calling it a roguelike, because it does give you these elements of like, you're learning this thing over and over again, and eventually it permanently unlocks.
No, I get that. You have a meta progression, but I think it's just a straightforward beat 'em up game with some meta progression is all it is.
Some meta progression.
The only other thing that I can I guess really otherwise say too is I think if I understood it, you could do the permanent unlocks if you die mid run. So like, I mean, obviously if you reset the hideout, you lose those. But other than that, it's like you keep permanent unlocks, because that was something I found kind of interesting for how I was playing it, which I again admittedly may have been incorrectly, just assuming that I wasn't supposed to die like at all. So I was doing a lot of resetting the hideouts, and I found that like I found keys somewhere later in that, you know, I think normally you're supposed to go back and do it on a later run, but I could actually do it even by resetting the hideout, not just reviving myself. So like at least as long as you don't completely quit out of the hideout, you actually keep all of the unlocks you found in that level.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I guess, are we done talking about story? I feel like what did you think of the story, Keith? I feel like you never at least put your input on that.
I choose, or well, I had a female. I chose a female character. So I
choose you, female.
I was looking for someone named Sean, and that's about as best as I could grasp, because every time you talk to somebody, you'd be like, Sean, is that you? Sean, do I punch you if you don't tell me where Sean is? And I'm sure there's something more, but that was the extent of it I got.
How far did you get, Keith?
I was in the third chapter, or I didn't get to the third boss.
Okay, so you got to the museum.
Yes.
Okay. Go. So
I think you were. The thing is I probably actually, like, I don't want to say I would have beat it, but I probably would have gotten a lot further had I not just been, because I ended up getting through the first level without any deaths. And I did that on the easiest difficulty. I dropped down the difficulty, but I did end up getting through the first level without any deaths. And then I was about halfway through the second level on my 10th plus run of resetting the hideout, and I went, I'm just going to start dying. I don't need this in my life anymore.
He said, I'm just going to start dying.
And I think I was still almost 25 by the end.
So you did the easiest difficulty, Keith?
Yes. And I did. I almost turned on the modifiers, but I didn't, because I thought it would take away my achievements.
Oh, there's modifiers too?
Yeah, there's additional modifiers you can throw on.
Modifiers are there?
I don't know if you can do it with Disciple. I think you can. I think you actually can do it with like the higher difficulties. But yeah, it's on the. I think it was on the main screen, or like on the main select screen. Yeah, it was. It brought up a menu, but it was like lower damage. I think like you didn't age at all was one of them, and then I don't know. There was a third one.
I'm sorry, there wasn't one just said roll credits, win game. I'll turn that on.
Just do it Quarry style and just watch the DVD.
How about you, Javier? What difficulty you do?
Just the normal.
Okay.
But the one thing that's the easiest thing the only thing it changes is how much you age up.
Oh,
I believe. So instead of just like, you know how like you age the amount of deaths in the game, you only get 1 year added every time per death.
Oh.
So it's just like having like the 30 extra lives in Contra, you know.
But what did you think of the story, Javier?
I think it's good. I think it encourages a lot of replayability because there's like 2 endings to it.
Yep. Did you beat the game?
I not on Xbox. I haven't, and I never beat it on PlayStation 5 either. But I've seen videos of people that
I just looked at the ending. Yeah. And I've been stuck on so I'm playing, I guess, normal. Like, it's not the easiest, it's the one above. It's whatever the recommended was.
I think that's Disciple. That was what I started on. Yeah.
And so I'm struggling right now on the tower, which is the 4th level where you're fighting the CEO. And so I was like, all right, I just got to look up this ending though. But looking at the ending, it's pretty cool. I like it. So overall, I like this game's story. But let's get to the gameplay. So I want to explain a bit more of this gameplay, because I remember seeing original reviews of this game. You know, this game originally came out on PlayStation in 2022. I eventually came to Xbox a year later, and now it's on Game Pass. But as far as the gameplay goes, you know, I saw like it was this age mechanic. Didn't quite understand it, but kind of how it goes. You start at age 20, 21. So you're a young person. Whenever you die, you have you can revive yourself. You have this talisman that, you know, every time you revive yourself, it starts to weaken the talisman. So every time you hit, you know, a 10, so 30, one of the talisman breaks. 40, another talisman breaks. Anytime you hit a 10 age, you get less health, but more damage. And if you die, you get a death counter, which I kept calling it the counter of suck, because it's like the more you suck, it just keeps piling on and it adds years to your life. So if you die numerous times against one boss, like it just adds. So it's like, oh, when you die, it just adds 1 year. But if you die again, it's going to add 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So you can really start to just pile on the years on your character. Once you hit 70, you're on your last life. If you die, that's the end of your game. You can restart the level for where you entered in that age. So like Keith was saying, like I said, you start like 20, 21, but if you die a couple times and you start the next level at like 25, you will always be 25 at that level until you replay the previous level. Like I said, I'm sorry, I'm trying to give a best explanation, but I'm sure this also probably just is very confusing. It's very simple when you play the game, but I remember like seeing this mechanic. I'm like, this just seems weird of like you aging, but in the context of the story and the gameplay, it's really cool. The only thing that was kind of lame is, like I said, once you hit every 10 year, you get less health but more damage. I didn't notice a significant difference in my damage, but I loved this gameplay of when you die, you add years to your life, and you're progressing through the story. You have to go back, like, oh, I know you're complaining about going back, Keith, but I thought it was fun to go back and be like, I can do better on that level. Let me go back. I'm only going to die a couple times so I can end that level at a younger age, so I can like have an easier time on the next level.
Well, again, you have to understand that I was trying to do that like on a very not meta. What is it when it like precise level? Like I was trying to do that before I even proceeded through the game, and I was
so you replayed the first level like 10 times?
Yeah, like I was hitting reset hideout, because I could walk you through that exact map step for step in my head right now because I know the map down to a science, and the amount of times that I died on that final mob was probably the worst ones because it's the final mob and then you're there. And I say that then you get to the first checkpoint is where I think of the first mob, but like I think I don't know, and it's hard because in my mind I'm thinking like I got to get through this level without dying. I know it penalizes me. I don't want to take those penalties. I'm trying to do this. I shouldn't be wasting lives on the first level, so I just kept resetting. And for that, I kind of felt like the levels were a little long. But when I really break them down, if you take a death here or there, they're actually fairly short levels. I mean, if you start to die,
shortcuts.
Exactly. And I mean, partly you can, like I said, do that by doing even reset hideout and not taking any deaths if you've collected the key earlier in the map. But at the same time, like without the shortcuts, I don't know, like it's not immensely longer. But I think even like you were mentioning the replayability from the story standpoint, but even I think from the gameplay, I think it is the intention. It's just you want to get better every time, I guess, because if I understood it correctly, all of the permanent unlocks that you have can carry over when you start a new save point. So like even starting a completely new game, you can have a bunch of stuff already unlocked and available to you. Yeah. So it's like the whole point is to, like start on the easiest mode if you're like me and you suck at the game, fight your way through there, and then you can start a disciple run and it is a little bit easier. So in that sense, yes, it's similar
sounds
to
very roguelike.
It's a roguelike like Madden's a roguelike, okay? Like,
oh, come on.
Oh.
And that's more procedurally generated with weather and other random factors. But we're not going to go there.
Roguelike
not
for you.
Tonight.
There's something this game reminded me of is I don't know if you guys played it on the PlayStation 2, and I believe on the original Xbox was Jet Li's Rising to Honor.
God, I remember that. I don't think I
remember like hearing people talk about that game. Man, what a deep cut.
Yeah, dude, it's like it reminds me of that minus the a lot of the platforming because that game has a lot of random platforming.
This game would make me so angry if there was too much platforming.
And I mean, blocking's easier because you just hold the I believe it's like the R1 button that you would just hold and like you kind of like duck and weave and dodge, try and parry.
See, this game was kind of reminding me a bit more of like Sleeping Dogs, just like linear, but the combat felt like Sleeping Dogs. Because it's kind of weird. There really isn't a ton of like martial art kind of games, which is surprising. But I loved the martial arts in this game.
It's a really good representation, and it's fun. It's snappy.
It's very
like
simple.
permanently on, like, yeah, it definitely is, especially once you get the hang of it. Like, for a while I was like, man, I wasted all my time getting the skill for catching the weapons you get thrown.
No,
And then once I got
that's
the
my
hang of
favorite.
it, I was like, oh, hot potato, hot potato.
See, those
Just
are the
throw it
two
back and
skills I
forth.
kept getting was grabbing a throwable when someone throws it at you, so you could like throw it back at them, and then the environment mastery, so you could basically like kick ottomans at people and knock them down. Loved that skill, especially too when you get to there's this one fight on the museum. You're fighting it. There's obviously a bunch of artworks, but there's an artwork with a bunch of light bulbs. There's like 40 of them. And you literally could just hit right bumper and you're throwing these light bulbs at people. And it just always made me laugh because like people are trying to attack me. I'm just checking light bulbs at them. But I loved just the environments you use in the game this game is so simple, but so much fun. It was so entertaining. Like, because a lot of the environments, there's not a lot you can kind of do with the environments. Obviously, when you do a takedown near somebody, like near a wall, you do a really cool animation, or if you have a weapon. But it's not like, there's a ton of weapons. You get a bat, a knife, a stick. Like, that's kind of it for weapons. Enemy variety is also pretty minimal. You have like skinny, like weak 2-hit guys. You have some fast guys. You have big beefy guys. But
big boys.
The big old beef boys. But everything about the game, like as simple as it is, I loved the simplicity of it.
You had to look out for the ones that go into the rage mode if you try and do the finishing move on them, though.
Yeah,
because that was another one I just started to remember where they were, and then every time I would still do it because I'm like, insta kill. No,
yeah, like the little ones that turned yellow.
Yeah.
Those are part of the mechanics because, like, if you kill those, you get a year taken off your counter.
Yeah, that took me a while to figure out too. Where I was like, every once in a while, I'm like, okay, I get a rewarded like one less suck on my counter. So like instead of like getting 2 deaths, it would lower it to 1. And I'm like, I don't know why it's doing that. I always thought it was a kill count. Like, oh, if I kill 10 guys, it lowers the death count. So I'm like, all right, cool. But no, it took me a while to figure out that those guys will have like a yellow glow to them, and it's like, oh, if you kill them, then you get rewarded 1 less death kind of thing.
Okay, so you want to do the finisher. Do you need them to be in like angry yellow man mode? Or
you gotta have them in yellow man mode.
Okay.
So the angry yellow man mode, as Keith's now calling it, I guess we're gonna stick with that.
Or Pac-Man style.
Here you go, Keith. This is where it's procedurally generated.
I think Pac-Man style is probably a lot better.
I'm not calling it Pac-Man style. I am not calling it Pac. Why you just what? Because they glow yellow? Because they're goblin balls now? Like what?
What?
What goblin fist?
Yeah, like
fist of vengeance.
But the glowing yellow guys were kind of random. So they would be in a room, but whoever it would give it to a random person. Because I specifically remember in the tower, there's this one room where there's like 4 people at a desk. And every time I'd always go and smack one person because I could take them out right away. And they'd always go yellow. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go after them because I know they turn yellow. So I went for someone else and they turned yellow. So there you go, Keith. There's your procedure generated. It was random on who was turning yellow. In that
randomness.
There you go. That's more roguelike, Keith.
The ghosts were random.
See, at least Javier. See, Javier is with me, right? You think it's a little bit more like roguelite?
Yeah, it's got like roguelike elements, and then I find like the skills are like kind of like an RPG skill tree.
Yeah.
So it's got a little bit of everything.
Well, not everything. It does have sports in it.
It's a little bit of meta progression, and we think it's a roguelike now.
There's baseball bats.
Thanks. There you go, I guess. There's no dating sim aspect. There you go.
Yeah, that's true. No, they didn't do that. That's for the sequel.
I mean, you kiss people with your fist.
Yeah.
That's just sequel. You're fighting people, then you can just start dating some of them.
Just another deep cut. That reminds me of a game called Tulip for the PlayStation 2, where it was like kind of like Animal Crossing, but you'd practice kissing on everybody so you could be ready to kiss the girl of your dreams. It was a very Japanese game, very deep cut. I'd suggest you look this up.
What's it called? Tulip?
Tulip. CHULIP. It's very weird. Like you're kissing like old people and animals.
What is this game?
Oh, dude.
You
need to remaster it.
You're like a mailman looking person just kissing people. What
You're a little
is
kid.
this?
You're like a school-aged boy.
You look like a mailman. A school-age boy. I feel like that makes it worse.
It is. It really is. You're like kissing aliens from outer space and stuff. And there's like requirements. Oh,
This is so weird. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I gotta look up gameplay. I just seeing screenshots. I gotta look up gameplay of that later. But yeah, the bosses though are also very unique, but they're also very frustrating. I'm impressed, Keith. So you said you beat the entire first level without dying once?
On student, but yeah.
That's impressive.
well,
I
you
mean,
still
the
gotta-
boss-
Yeah, it is because you got to remember all that changed was how much you were getting aged up.
Because
So you're
like,
still
all right, the first boss, he is the easiest, but even two, I would still die at least like 1 or 2 times in the first level. So I'm surprised you struggled so much with this, Keith, because it sounds like you at least are kind of getting it down.
I mean, all I really started doing was just holding block, just try to do a dash in and hit a bunch of X, and hopefully if I'd see it move, I'd throw in a Y maybe, and then I
Throwing
would
a
just
Y there, sometimes a B.
just go back to a block. No, I didn't know how to do any of those moves. I rarely hit a parry. I did a block because it would either cancel most of the damage or all the damage, and that was why I hated the boots dancing lady because she did
called her Boots. Here comes Boots.
the dancing lady.
Here comes Boots, because she did that big old high kick, and that would get me pretty much all the time. I just started running around picking up bottles and throwing them at her, which she ducks and dodges a lot of. So you have to wait and get her like until she's close and like starts to attack, and then you chuck a bottle at her head.
Very
I like-
classy.
I like you wanted to coin the Pac-Man energy. I don't like that, but I like Boots. I
Like
get to see
Boots.
Boots. Hush, you Boots.
There's you Boots. She was probably
new canonical
the worst
name.
thing. She was probably the worst person I fought in the entire game.
If you think about it, that's what this game would be if it was like a Streets of Rage game in 3D like this.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
she would be named Boots, you know?
but I mean, this is why I love this because like I could see this game being as like a Streets of Rage, but like I said,
2D?
like those, yeah, but those games are just like tedious. Like we did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. Like those games are fun for like 4 or 5 hours, and then you're kind of like, all right, this is really repetitive and kind of getting old. But I love that this game is like a 3D environment, and it still felt like a beat 'em up like Streets of Rage, but just way more intricate. And it's combat. Yeah, you can either block, you can dodge, or you can parry. So you have a health bar and you have what's known as a structure bar, which is kind of, I don't know, lack of a better term, like your stamina bar. So if you are able to break someone's structure, you can just do a takedown, instantly take them out, get a more significant amount of health. And so you generally want to try to break someone's structure and do a takedown so you can get more health back. And they can do the same to you. If they break your structure, your character kind of becomes defenseless and they can just wail on you. I love this mechanic. Parrying to me was pretty easy in this game because everyone kind of went in a rhythm. So to me, it felt very much like when we played Hi-Fi Rush, and you could kind of see the rhythm going on. Everyone's attacks to me had kind of same rhythm to it. Like it never was like fast, fast, slow, fast, fast. Like it was always a same beat. So I got the beat down. I could just be like left bumper, left bumper, left bumper, and just parry their entire set.
Well, now you see my issue. I didn't like Hi-Fi Rush. See now,
Oh, true.
now
I forgot
we're
about that.
uncovering things that make sense. This is
Now
this is
the
where it's
problem
Fitz
is-
versus you versus me.
The problems come to light.
I mean, I know it wasn't there, but I can see that. Yeah, like I can see what you're saying though. So like I get that, and I don't know, maybe it was but also like you said, for the most part, if you just held down left bumper, you would mostly not take damage. But there was also like high blocks and low blocks, and I don't know, you had to hit those just
Yeah, and then like
right.
the dodge is omnidirectional.
Yep.
But you gotta like block high or low
Yeah, or side.
or side or back.
Yeah. So blocking's super easy because you hold left bumper or dodging, and then you just push in the directional, which is very forgiving. But this is why I hated the third boss. Okay, so first boss, the guy is mostly fists, so you can kind of parry him. Very easy. Second guy has a staff. Once again, though, very easy. I just noticed if you just dodge down, you dodge almost all of his attacks. I could kill him, no issues. The third boss, however, she was pissing me off so bad. I don't know the name of the weapon, but it's like nunchucks, but it's 3 pieces. It's 3 sticks with blades at the end. I don't know. I'm sorry. If anyone's out there knows martial arts, they're probably so mad at me. I don't know the name of it. She eventually switches to kunai. But anyway, you can't block those attacks or you can't parry them. And even though I know her pattern of up, down, up, down, up, down, like that's usually what she did, it would just smoke me every time. And it was driving me insane. I figured out I could cheese her a little bit by running away, let her do her moves, and then run in with a baseball bat and whack her a couple times, and then run back out, go back in. And that's what I did. But her phase 2, she switches to kunai, which were also just equally frustrating because she's just whipping these things at you and throwing them in, which you can catch them and throw them back. But that third boss was just driving me nuts.
Yeah, they can do that.
They have a way. See, and this is why I describe it as more Souls-like, because you have to like learn the dance of the boss moves, and even the characters, like the enemies along the way. Sure, it's pretty limited, and maybe 5 or less, whatever. But like the bosses themselves, like you were saying, are very like here's their pattern, and you just learn that pattern. But I don't want to say you cheese it, but that's how you have to fight them, is to their dance. Very Souls-like dance.
You were just saying it's Souls-like because you learn a boss dance. You can say that with a lot of games.
Oh, now we're not going to call it something because it only, has a similar style to another game. Almost like it has a meta progression, so it's immediately a roguelike, but we'll just ignore that.
It's a Souls-like roguelike with RPG elements.
It's sports.
It's 2024, guys. It's sports. It's 2024. We don't have to limit the game. It's the beauty of it.
I have to put it in a box
like
Javier.
No, be like Taco Bell. Think outside the box. Hashtag not sponsored.
But if you want to.
It'd be nice. I'd use my code.
I mean, I don't know. I'm still calling it a roguelike. I know you disagree, Keith. I think it's because you want to hate this game, and you're like, and it's physically impossible for you in your bones to hate a game that has roguelike elements to it.
No, that's not true.
To me, it's like a roguelike in the sense of like what Death's Door did. Because it's like in that game, you're progressing and getting abilities, but at the same time, you're coming back to the map, and you know what enemies are where. That doesn't really change. It's not procedurally generated in that sense.
Isn't that one
that similar?
Or like
that one's listed as a roguelike.
Or it's a roguelike in the same way that like Tax Boy robs a bank is a roguelike. You go back and forth and you progress further each time, but it's not truly a roguelike. It's not procedurally generated. There's no randomness to it. Other than apparently
there's no rogues.
The one area. Where's my assassin? I don't have any rogues in this game.
Whatever. All right, I guess we can agree to disagree. But this is like at least this is what I mean though of like what makes this game so good is it's just all about concentration, focusing on what's going on, and like learning the move sets, seeing the enemy, be like, this guy kicks a lot. Watch out for Boots. She got a lot of kicks. And then, here comes the big old beef boy. He loves to tackle. So it's all about just kind of learning what's going on, focusing, and figuring out like what to do next. Speaking of focusing, I want to thank so much to our wonderful sponsor, Magic Mind, who has officially made us their ambassadors. This is now, we've been taking Magic Mind multiple times now. And I got to say, it's a wonderful product. Anytime I keep taking it, I always forget how wonderful Magic Mind is. There's always, we have a brand new baby. And, if you've ever had a kid, you are going to be losing a lot of sleep. And if you just, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have an extra cup of coffee. This will be great. I'll be fine. No, it just, yes, you're awake, but you're not there. You aren't focusing on anything. You could barely think of anything going on. You're just essentially there. But luckily, we got Magic Mind. I've been able to take Magic Mind, and it helped me focus, and it has helped me work so much better, and it's been keeping me awake. Magic Mind is a mental health performance shot, which is just 2 ounces, super quick and easy to drink. So if you're someone who is short on time but have a lot to do, Magic Mind is right up your alley. It just takes half a second to drink because you just down it. And I always notice within an hour, I notice a massive improvement in my energy and my focus. I know so because also too, I've been doing some third shift. and I got like 2 hours of sleep because, my kid kept me up all night. I took a Magic Mind. I completely forgot I took a Magic Mind, and I'm at work and I'm like, hey, let's do this and this and this. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I took a Magic Mind. I noticed a significant improvement, but you don't just have to take my word for it. Try it out for yourself. Go to magicmind.com/bag20 and use promo code BAG20. So that's BAG20 and get 20% off a one-time purchase or 48% off your subscription service. And if they also offer a 100% refund if you do not find it works for you. But I've given it to numerous of my friends, and they all have noticed the difference in it as well. So check it out for yourself. So thank you so much again, Magic Mind, for sponsoring us. But yeah, I definitely feel like I should probably, maybe I need to do this. Maybe I need to take a Magic Mind too before I actually do some of these boss fights. Because I have yet to look it up. I feel like I need to look up a wiki. Like I said, that third boss, I don't know. There has to be a trick that I could like finally beat her in a more easy, comfortable way. But yeah, I'm currently, like I said, on the 4th level in the tower. I'm at age like 45. So I have a good amount of years till I get to 70. And I still can only get like halfway through the tower. This is why I think it's funny, Keith. So you definitely were playing wrong when you're like, oh, I kept redoing the first level until I had no deaths. But like, did you know that you could unlock shortcuts from other levels?
Well, so, I mean, I didn't necessarily realize that I could do it across levels. But like I had said, I did find that I could it was the key to the front door at the mall in the first hideout.
Yeah.
So like I had unlocked that later in the map. And then on one of my reset hideouts that I was trying to go through, I discovered I could actually still use that key to go back through. And it didn't count anything against my deaths because I had reset the hideout. So like that was kind of interesting.
Wait, when you reset the hideout, you lose all your like keys?
No. You keep
No,
I kept all the ones that I kept the ones that were in the run that I didn't even go through at all because I reset.
Gotcha. But yeah, that's like, so for me, when I'm in the tower, I'm like, all right, I just gotta, like, I have 30 years or so. I can just try to get on some unlocks so I don't have to keep redoing it. Because that's what I love, specifically the museum level. You literally fight 2 guys and then go straight to the final boss. Like it has a massive shortcut. Obviously, when you take these shortcuts, you're kind of missing some upgrades along the way. So there's obviously kind of a risk reward of like, yeah, do you want to go back and fight all those people and get more upgrades, or do you just want to go straight to the boss?
You missed the jade statues.
Yeah, which the jade statues. So these jade statues you find around, they upgrade either like your health, how much health you get from a takedown, weapon durability, weapon strength, like these various different things. They're separated in 3 categories.
Age-locked.
Yeah, there's which what confused me. So there's one that's age locked, there's one that's XP locked, and then the other one was score locked because you get a score as you're playing the level. There's no explanation on these jade statues. What does it mean by age locked? Like once you pass that age, you can't use that upgrade anymore? Or is it you only get that upgrade when you hit that age?
No, you once you get that age, you can't pick that upgrade tree anymore.
Okay.
No,
that also happens with the skills.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Some of the skills are age locked. Okay.
So wait, does that carry over to like if you get past that level, like if you had unlocked them, they're no longer viable? It just disables them entirely, or disables you from unlocking them further?
It disables you from unlocking them further. So you would have to go back to like a younger run.
Gotcha.
And then kind of grind it out from there.
See, that was why okay, that makes sense. It justifies one of my earliest resets is I got to like age 25 in the middle of the boss fight, I think even, but I didn't unlock all of the age 25 things, and I was using every single weapon I could, and that's what it was for. So I was like, nope, I'm not going through this entire game without my own full tree for that. So I reset at mid-boss fight.
Oh my gosh.
I was committed
Leo
to the
DiCaprio.
bit, but I got an achievement for that. So,
but yeah, when it came to the jade statues, the XP, the color of it is like light purple. For the longest time, I thought that portion was blocked off. Like the color choice for that, I don't know how they haven't fixed it. because to me it looks like it's whited out, like it's faded. Like, no, you can't select these. So for the longest time, I'm like, how do I unlock the XP upgrades? Eventually, I just put my cursor over there, and it just said, "Oh, you can unlock it." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that would have been nice to know."
You
Because
have
the
enough
XP ones are pretty helpful.
So I guess what I don't get is it calls the ones in the main menu, or like when you go to your little tree in your main base.
Yeah, it's an actual
Permanent
skill tree.
So there's two different types of permanent unlocks then, because you have a skill tree, which is permanent unlocks, and then you have the permanent unlocks, which are what you get like between deaths and or the tree.
No, it's the same skill tree, right? Yeah.
No, because there's the skills that you
'cause
can add like different like attack moves and like the one to throw back items. That's not in the skill tree at the Jade Dragons or the Jade Statues.
No,
Yeah, no,
the Jade Dragons
statues,
completely
are like,
reset.
yeah.
It's reset
Every
every
level?
run.
Okay.
I don't know if it's every level, but I know it's every run.
Okay, so that's the difference in the permanent unlocks then, is that the permanent unlocks will carry over across runs of like win or 70. Because this is also then, just to going back to your roguelike point, this is like a 7.5 hour run. This isn't exactly like a 15-minute potato run here. Like
It can be.
Hey,
Well, the
22
levels
minutes.
themselves are quick. Well, the levels are quick. Like,
Big.
yeah, a full run is going to take you a while, like most roguelikes will be. But if you do a level is pretty quick.
I don't open up Balatro, play one round, put it down, and then come back a day later and play it. That's not how it works. You ride or die that is the roguelike. It is like you are playing to die.
I mean, I will say, yeah, this game, I guess, okay, this is where I would agree with you of the big thing where it's not a rogue. I don't know if we've been arguing about this game's a roguelike for joining this episode. This is definitely not a game you can put down and pick up later. Like, this is definitely a game you need to keep playing, have that muscle memory, because if you forget things, like, you're going to suck hard. Like, you're not going to do well. So you really got to keep playing this. So that's one thing I will agree with you, Keith, where it isn't like a roguelike.
Broke anything.
So bitter.
Rogue Force Spawn.
Take the W. Take the W and run.
But anyway, art style. I love the game's graphics. It's very smooth and cel shaded, but it's also, the colors are very kind of monotone, but also very sharp. It took me a while to figure out. Like, I'm like, what does this game look like? And it wasn't until like yesterday where I finally put my finger on it, and it's Ashen. This game literally looks like Ashen.
I mean, it's way more colorful than Ashen, because
Yes,
if I recall,
Ashen was a lot of grays. Yes,
and I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I can see that. I mean, and it's probably a nitpicky thing too, because also like it wasn't Ashen all just like basically not stick figures, but faceless.
They were faceless, but yeah, it's a lot of kind of like,
yeah, you kind of you just identified them by an immediate look.
Yeah,
of like, this is how they're shaped. They have a weapon, they don't have a weapon, whatever the case may be. I can see that.
Oh, you definitely get, like, I'm looking up images of it. I'm like, man, yeah, this is 100% what it looks like. But I love this art style.
It is Google.
It does look really good, and it flows for sure.
Why do I remember Ashen being like black and white? It was
I mean,
at all.
Well, it is a lot of grays. I do agree, it's a lot of grays.
It is a lot of flat colors, but in my mind, that game was completely black and white. It is not.
In your mind, you thought completely black and white?
Yeah.
Are you colorblind?
No, I don't think so. But all of this is completely different. I want to go back and actually play this game just to see what I would think of it now.
I know. I want to make Liz play it because she hated that game.
Was there DLC for that game? Nightstorm Isle.
Okay, well, Keith's going down a rabbit trail. What'd you think of the art style, Javier?
I really enjoyed it. I thought a lot of it made sure that what needed to pop popped.
Yeah,
and it even varied from like, even in the first level, it varied from environment to environment. Like, you go through like that junkies dorm, and it's like a lot of like browns and grays, and then you get to like where they're actually like living, and it's like, it's a painted house. It's like greens and whites,
Yeah.
but it's not like popping. But it doesn't feel like it's one bland color. And I also love like the references they did, especially with the hallway scene in the first level, like old boy style.
That was sick. I
like
forgot
I
about
never
that.
get tired of doing that.
See, I actually wanted more of that. I was going to ask if that happened anymore because I, as much as it annoyed me because I would still struggle through it at points, I actually liked that style a lot more.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that old boy hallway reference. That was so cool. Thank you for reminding me on that.
Yeah, no, and even in their achievements, when we get there, they have a lot of achievement names like referencing kung fu films or like even Wu-Tang, in my opinion. You know,
Wu-Tang
which is
Clan.
something I like to do. I like listening to Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, and then you just play this album. It's like when you listen to what's that album you listen to with Wizard of Oz?
I was just gonna say like The Wall with Pink Floyd.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you time this out where if you start 36 Chambers as you start this game?
Wait, what is this reference? If you listen to Pink Floyd, The Wall with
it's supposed to line up with the Wizard of Oz like perfectly. I've never done it, but
yeah, it's very crazy.
It's weird.
Very crazy.
I mean, I've heard drugs are a good addition to it, but I've never experienced either. So
see, for me, this art style is it's a lot of like flat, vibrant colors. Like there's not a lot of blending until you get like the third level. The museum to me was like crazy design because it plays a lot with perspective. And even too, we're like entering some hallways where like you got to line up the vision and then you realize it's like, oh, this is a door. Yeah, the museum is super cool. But yeah, every level is very unique and distinct on it. I love this game's art style. The costume sets are awesome. You definitely could tell like these people are just massive kung fu fans. Just the move set, the choreography, like the takedowns. There's just a handful of them. But oh my gosh, I love doing the takedowns. My favorite is when a guy's on the ground, you step on their heel and like punch them multiple times, like up their body and like finish them off by punching them one last time in the face. I love the takedowns. Like I could just keep watching them. They were so cool. This game really does just make you feel like a kung fu master. But you brought up the music. You were talking about listening to other music. Absolutely. To me, I loved this soundtrack. Keith, yeah, you posted a YouTube video of the soundtrack. It is so good.
It really is. That was one thing that as I was playing it through, I was like, well, I guess I'm thinking more this part of the thought now is that at the very least, as much like there are games and you talk about it with sound or music sometimes is like the repetitiveness of it too. Like if the music is driving me nuts and I'm doing the same thing over and over again, getting frustrated with it, that's just going to add to it. But it honestly actually helped because I was like, oh, this music's kind of a jam. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
And so like that was easily in far and away my favorite part of the game was the music.
Yeah, same here. Like it's a lot of times you can kind of forget about it, but you definitely don't when like a boss fight comes in or like there's some rooms where you're fighting a huge group of people and the music just kicks up and it just flows so well because it's very much like ancient Chinese with some modern day like rhythm to it. It's so good. It's not on Spotify, which is crazy. As far as I saw there's like one song, but the soundtrack isn't there. You got to find like a YouTube video that plays like 2.5 hours of the soundtrack, but which is very unfortunate because this soundtrack is so good.
And hopefully it has like little hyperlinks to each song, so you don't have to scroll.
It's a good question. I probably could have found a better version than the one I posted, but that was the first one I found.
Yeah, because the only thing I found on Spotify is just one song, and it's 2 minutes long. And it's like, no, there's way more music.
The Spotify DJ now just puts me through cycles of, hey, do you want to listen to a bunch of video game music? I'm like, actually, kind of, yeah. That's kind of cool.
I was expecting like, see, for me, like, my Spotify is connected to all of the smart devices in the house. So whenever my daughter wants to listen to music, so now my DJ is like, here's Bluey music. And I'm like, oh thanks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mine is an absolute nightmare of just everything you can imagine. and then like it sporadically throws in some of my music. I'm like, heck yeah, this is one of mine.
This is one of mine.
But yes, this I did send a good link. It has a good track list where you can hyperlink to each of the songs. So join our Discord, and you can find the YouTube video for that. Don't Google it. You can't find it. You can find it in our Discord. You have to join our Discord.
Do it.
But yeah, I recommend 100% wearing headphones for this game. It's good music. Oh, one thing I don't recommend in this game: don't play on xCloud. I tried doing it a couple times and it wasn't great. You need to be too precise with this game. Like the parry window in this game is pretty forgiving, but just any sort of latency with xCloud, I was not having a good time.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's very quick too. Like, the movements are very quick. Even though it's lenient enough, I could see a factor where if your data goes up or down, that could get you killed.
And which also too, how does it save like mid level? I never quit mid game, so I actually didn't verify this.
At least from a quick play standpoint, it does. Like I rarely ever close out of games. I just open up a new one. So basically, I have a running like quick playlist on Xbox. So when I reopened it, it would reopen where I left off for the most, I think, overall. But I don't know from an xCloud perspective, like if you actually quitting out of the game.
I think there is some sort of checkpoint system, because when I launched it today to refresh my mind, like I was in the middle of a level, but not at the beginning, and then I just quit out and just went back to the beginning.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, there is a checkpoint system. Yeah.
But I don't know how much of a checkpoint system there is, so it might be like a limited one.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like almost like where the Jade Dragon or Jade statues were. It was kind of where I assumed it was, but I don't know.
Yeah, like I know for a fact there's one right before the first boss, before you go into that area with the plants.
I think every boss had a Jade Dragon right outside it. Now think about it.
Then it might be the Jade Dragons.
I know, I got you guys calling Jade Dragons.
Well, that's what they're called, aren't they?
You're a trendsetter, Keith.
I thought they were Jade statues. I don't know. They're Jade something.
Yeah, but they are dragons.
They're Jade animals. I don't even think they're all dragons.
I thought they were. I'm pretty sure they were.
Maybe they are. I don't know.
Anyway.
You got me thinking though, Javier. I think this is a new need for a different type of speed run where people line up their gameplay exactly with an album. Because maybe because if someone can beat it in 22 minutes, they can figure it out. I had to look it up. It's an hour and 10 minutes. That's what Spotify lists. Right into the
you could make like an extra long music video playthrough.
And it's just your
a new genre
1 hour and 10-minute gameplay.
That'd be so epic. Somebody do that, didn't it? Get to it.
I'd probably watch that.
I would definitely watch it. See where like the punches match the music.
But yeah, the achievements though are pretty good. There's a couple that are pretty, like, obviously I was getting a lot of achievements in this game. Nothing too difficult. Well, there actually is a handful that are actually too difficult, so I'll take that back. Like in the squats, beat the Hanger's main group in less than a minute 20.
Did that?
Oh, really? Oh, I guess you played on easy.
Oh,
but now I'm thinking about it. Now I'm seeing all these.
I think I actually did that before I switched it to easy, though, for the record. Andrew.
I
don't think it doesn't look like any of these are locked by difficulty.
No, I don't think so.
That helps.
But I do wonder if, and like I said, I think the modifiers might change that, because it does say like something about progression won't carry over, and you can't do like times for it. Because there's like leaderboards for this too. I don't know how deep they are, but I think it's at least like score based. You can look up leaderboards.
No. So right here, one of the harder achievements, ferocity, speed, strength, accuracy. It's reach a level score of 20,000. The person says you can use cheats.
Okay.
So you can.
Thank you, person.
Yeah.
I should have just looked up. I would have turned all of that on, and I probably would have gone further.
Would have loved it. It would have been a definite game.
Maybe. I forgot I took the screenshot. I was just looking at it and it made me laugh. There's a door that you can't get through that has a key in the keyhole. Just sitting there, I'm like, well, if the door's locked, the key is right there. Just turn it.
Let me in.
But yeah, no, sure, you can't get in that door.
So yeah, I guess I'd recommend this for achievement hunters since it does look like you can use the achievements and the modifiers. So obviously, just playing through this game, you're going to get a handful. I'm only on like the 4th level, and I think my gamer scores at like 350. But
two of my favorites on there are actually from the DLC. And
I didn't do the DLC, the arena.
Yeah, it's like Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon. They're two separate achievements.
Oh yeah,
you get them for I believe it's for like beating the arena or certain arena or doing a certain amount of rounds in it. I'm not 100% sure, but I like the names they did. I think it's free because I
thought it was too.
When I went to launch it, it just gave me a choice, but it was just like, oh, it's recommended that you beat the story, even though it's a separate thing, because then you'll know how to play the game. And it'll make it more enjoyable. But it didn't send me to like, they didn't pull an EA with the original Dragon Age where they put that whole caravan in your second camp, and then they're like, takes you to the store page to buy the DLC.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm looking it up. It is free. Yeah, the arena expansion is free content.
Okay.
Good on you, Slow Clap. I always love free content.
Yeah, it's the best. The achievement for beat a boss without dying is called Kill Nil.
Yeah.
So that's another little achievement there. Dance of the Praying Mantis.
So yeah, if you're achievement hunter,
flying daggers.
I recommend it. But anyway, let's go to our final thoughts here. I said Keith was, so negative with this game. I'll go first with this. So as I said for me, Sifu, said it right this time. This was a game for me. I'd even maybe go definite game. To me, this was just a really unique experience. It's a nice change of pace to the beat 'em up genre. It's super fun. If you were just even like mildly interested in like kung fu stuff, this will be right up your alley. The music just hits so well. The environments, the choreography, like it feels like I'm playing as a kung fu master, and it's super fun. It's very easy to play, but very hard to master. It takes a lot of lightning fast reaction times, but it's so good. When you are landing this stuff and you're doing it, and like you play the first level, you're like, man, I died like 8 times. That was hard. But then you played it again. It's like, oh, that was only 3 times. Now I only died 2 times. Finally beat it without dying. It's such a good feeling. Like the bosses themselves are hard, but it's just that feeling of finally mastering that level and being done with it. It's so satisfying. I really enjoyed this story. This game, it's not crazy long either. I forgot to mention that. For time to beat, you're looking between 8 to 14 hours, depending on difficulty and skill. Might take some time, but it's well worth your time. It's a very good game. I would give it a 94.
I mean, I really am realizing that, yes, I probably played this game wrong from the style of like just allowing deaths to happen and not doing that, period. and I'll own that. I will. But I still think overall, my feeling on it still kind of stays the same, is that I was more just rage playing it because I was like, I have to beat this. And it's annoying me because, well, there's so many games like it. And for you, it's a plus. For me, it drove me nuts. It's
so many games like it. What other kung fu games are like this?
Hold on, Jesus! Can I talk? Were words coming out of my mouth or your mouth?
You literally just said there's so many games like this.
Mom and Dad, stop fighting.
No, it's like I'm talking to my 6-year-old. Like I'm in the middle of a sentence and you're cutting me off. So while there are many games that are easy to play in the sense of what they are, they're so hard to master. For me, at least, not even reaching mastery was just a mountain to climb, and I was absolutely struggling with that. And there's a lot of games that are like that. Andrew, is what I was trying to say. Is something about this one just really, really set me off. I hate you. Now I get why Aaron hates it. There's something about this, just it made me more angry than anything, and I was just trying to get further as far as I could, and that was about the only thing that kept me playing other than rage.
Pure rage.
Pretty much pure rage, which I think is what the game is. But at the same time, the music is awesome. I almost feel like you have to play a little bit of the game to appreciate the music. Like maybe if you like video game music, you could just dive right in. It's fine. Again, find it on our Discord, only on our Discord exclusive location. but the music's great. The graphics are fine. Now that I know the modifier / cheats, whatever you want to call them, won't affect my achievements, I wouldn't say I'd go back to it or go running back to it, but I'd give it another shot at least, and maybe give up some deaths, because I think one of the modifiers allows you to like actually reverse years, not just reverse deaths. So like there's things like that.
I gotta go check out these modifiers.
Yeah,
For science.
like I said, while I didn't use them, they look pretty nice to play with, I will say. But yeah, as a score, just because I couldn't stand it, I'm gonna say 78.
All right, yeah.
Because the music is awesome. It really is awesome.
It's like the music carried it. For me, it's a very enjoyable experience. And it's a game that keeps on giving depending on how much you want it to give. Because even once you beat the game, there's the Arenas DLC. And I mean, that's going to give you that bite of the story if you don't want to experience the story again and just get better leaderboards. I think it's really cool first game from a studio because it was their first game.
Yeah,
and it's very polished, and I like that because it could have been a case where it was like the Kung Fu Fighty was like there was like a frame rate issue or something when you're playing it, and it just if it wasn't smooth, it wouldn't work, and it just feels like butter.
Yeah,
when you're getting the combos going and you're getting that flow. And for me, it's going to be a game, so I'm going to say it's about a 85 for me.
See, like Javier was here. Me and you teaming up against Keith.
I'm looking in the middle of a 94-78.
Trying to be the moderator, mom and dad.
5 new game modes, 9 dynamic locations, and 45 challenges. That's the DLC. It's actually a lot for a free DLC. I'll give them that too. But I didn't realize that this was also their first game.
Yeah,
that's not true. Slow Clap did Absolver in 2017, according to the Google.
There we go. Okay.
The Wikipedia.
I
was Googling and then that came up. I didn't know.
Actually,
is Absolver the other Kung Fu game?
It's a martial arts themed action role playing video game.
Yeah, they had it on Game Pass a while back too. I never really played that one, but it's like MMO like Kung Fu.
Wait, what was it called?
Absolver.
Oh, they did Absolver. Oh, well, that also explains the art style too. Yeah, I played a little bit of that too.
Open world with shortcuts, free roaming.
I didn't care for that one as much. But that one I remember, you played and you fought other people with their martial art styles, and if you beat them, you could like consume it and learn their art style.
That's more Souls-like, actually, isn't it? Like the unique enemy. Well, I'm just saying from a style perspective of like the enemy you defeat determines the items you get and stuff.
Yeah.
Or in this case, fighting style.
It adds the soul to the soul like. But all right. But I guess we can wrap it up here. I've been your hardcore gamer, Andrew. You can find me on Xbox Live, Firebird01952. As Keith said, join our Discord. Me and Keith are on there a lot. So is Javier. Love having you on there. Which, Javier, I have your mug. You leveled up in our Discord enough. I have a free mug for you. It's literally been sitting on my counter. I'm like, I need to send these out.
I don't even drink coffee, but I'm gonna put some coffee in it with some whiskey.
There you
it's
go.
Not really coffee.
Some Kahlua.
I really need to send those out. And stickers. I got more stickers.
Some RumChata, dude. There you go.
So yeah, join our Discord. Go to GamePassGrabBag.com or go to our link tree on our Twitter. You can find the links to all our stuff, our YouTube, or you can see our live recordings. Go to our Discords, hang out with us, talk video games. It's also easier just to reach us through there and tell us what game recommendations you want to do. But yeah,
isn't our Magic Line link there too?
Yep.
You want to recommend a game?
Yep.
There's a channel for that.
Yeah, and we also have artwork. People like to. Javier, you've been doing a nice Lego collection on there.
Yeah, but I have my Lego brick I haven't built. It's my secret shame.
My 2-year-old's been really into blocks lately. I should show off some of my sweet creations. I built a garage the other day. It was, it was a big square.
You built a garage?
Yeah, so it was a big square
with 3 walls.
Yep.
Put it under art.
Put it under art.
It's as much art as my character creation character.
I'd love for you to be like, guys, I made a garage. Look at me.
Check me out. I didn't even have a guide for this. I did it myself.
I just picked the blocks up and it worked.
Can you guys believe this did come with instructions? Javier, thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Nerd Talk Plus on Twitch and wherever your podcast spaces are.
No, I'm talking like your home address. Like, where can people find you?
Somewhere deep in Colorado.
Don't do that.
Just dox myself in the middle of at the end. It'd be the first one Magic Mind sends back. They're like, hey, you got to take that bit out.
Like, no, thank you.
The guy doxing himself at the end is kind of wild. But no, we talk about games and random stuff and whatever nerdy finds we want. And I stream Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm actually going to go stream after this some Cyberpunk.
Oh, nice.
Cyber Wednesday.
Caught a lot of your good amount of your Dead by Daylight. No, Dying Light. I always get those two mixed up.
Yeah, Dying Light. I got intense at the end.
Yeah.
I don't think I got a good ending. Yeah. It ended pretty horrible for me. Might play it again.
All right, Keith. I guess say some nonsensical stuff.
I've been Keith.
Good job, Keith.
I have a cat on my shoulder. You'd know that if
nice.
you'd know that if you're watching the stream. He just jumped up here. He kind of sucks, but we love him.
He's a rogue. That's why he knows about roguelites.
All right, everyone. Well, we love you all. We'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.